Hello, it's Friday, and it's time for another devotion from the book of Philippians. So today's verse is Philippians 1 27, and I'm going to kind of walk you through it, but first I'll read it to you. So here we go. Only let your manner of life be worthy of the gospel of Christ, so that whether I come and see you or am absent, I may hear of you that you are standing firm in one spirit with one mind, striving side by side for the faith of the gospel. Here's the deal. Is your faith so evident that if someone was to take the evidence of your life, they could convict you of being a Christian? Kind of gives you a kind of a picture. So you got to kind of assess your life and your purpose and the things that you do, and you say, okay, do I look like a Christian when I do this? Do I look like a Christian when I do that? And boy, I got to tell you, even for me personally, I sometimes think at some of the things that I do, and I went, no one would have seen me as a Christian there, or no one would have seen me as a Christian there. But other times I see that God was all over that. God, I was just showing my faith all over that event, all over that conversation, all over that action. So, sorry about that, a little tickle. So, as I looked at myself, I start to understand and see things that I could do differently or better. And so, the truth is that the church, people of the church, are often called hypocrites. And I know you've heard that. And it's the buzz phrase for people who want to keep believers, keep church at arm's length. They just say it's all full of hypocrites. And so what's our job? What's our response in that? That, yeah, we're still marred by the sin nature, so we're going to make mistakes. But are we intentionally trying to change how we do things? Are we intentionally trying to change our mindset? Because that's what this is talking about, a complete shift of the mind. Because if we're making our plans, like I talked about a little bit on Wednesday, as we're making our plans, are we planning within God's purposes, or are we planning within worldly purposes? What's our goal? What's the vision we have for our own life? Is it about earthly gains? Is it about heavenly gains? Is it about kingdom possibilities? Or is it about our own kingdom possibilities? Because if it's not about God's kingdom, then we're going to have trouble getting convicted of being a Christian. And the truth of the matter is at the end, there is a judgment seat. There will be a judge seated on the throne, looking at our actions. Whether we're believers or we're not believers, we're going to stand before that judge. If we're not believers, we're going to stand before the judge for our eternal destination. If we are believers, we're going to be standing before that judge for our works. Were they selfish? Will they burn up and be worthless? Or will they gain us a crown that we lay before Jesus' feet? I got to tell you, I don't want to go to the party without a crown. I'm going to start shifting my mind. So here's my challenge to you on this day. Take that self-assessment. Look at your plans. Look at your purposes that you have in life and assess them. Are they earthly or are they heavenly? Are they part of the kingdom or are they part of the world? Only you can answer that question. And then as you look at that, even if you want to absolutely write a list down, and put a kingdom next to it, a K for a kingdom or an E for the earth. Or now, what are just a few things that you can do? One or two things, one or two changes that you can make to change your mindset. Because the Word of God tells us that He will renew our mind. And so, what are those changes? I can give you a couple of examples right now. Are you in the Word? We're doing this exercise so you can have a daily opportunity to be in the Word. Are you studying? Are you praying? Do you get in the presence of God every day? Do you walk with believers? Do you hang with believers? Or would you rather hang with the world? Now, we have to be in the world. We have to be there in order to impact the world. But is that where we long to gather? Do we long to be with believers, or do we long to be with the world? That's got to tell you something. And what's something you can do? I know in my life, I changed who I walked with. It says in the Word of God, if you walk with the wise, those following God, if you walk with the wise, you will grow wise, but a companion of fools suffers harm. I intentionally changed the people I walked with, which then in turn impacted the people I used to walk with. And that's a whole nother story. But it was a change of mindset. So what's your mind after today? What are your thoughts, your purposes? What are they chasing after? Earthly gains or kingdom gains? Only you can answer that question. I'll see you Sunday because I'm speaking this week. So come and join me at Life Coast Church. We meet at Belterre Elementary. Love to see you. Have a great day. Love you.